Good morning and welcome back to the WSJM Morning Show video live stream at 7 a.m. on Monday, February 3rd. And it's a busy morning, but we're about to get even more busy. Did you know there's an asteroid that could hit the planet?
Only a 1% chance.
Only a 1% chance. Are you comfortable with that? Is that it? And it doesn't happen till like the year 2032.
Oh, yeah.
2032. But yeah, so we have a whole system that is designed to ferret out threats, interstellar threats or whatever they are, to the planet. And
as long as Bruce Willis is still alive, we're okay.
Yeah, one
because he stopped it the first time.
1 in 100, 1 in 100 chances. I mean, if you buy a lottery ticket, you know your chances are what, 1 in 2.5 million of winning a prize,
right?
And you still buy a ticket because you know there's a chance I could win.
Right.
Now there's 1 in 100 chance an asteroid could hit the planet in 2032. And it's just 1% of a chance.
Right.
1 in 100 chance, let's say. Should we fear it all?
What are we going to do about it?
Build new houses underground. I don't know.
Other than sending Bruce Willis up,
we could go to Mars. Maybe we accelerate the program to go to Mars.
Yeah, well, that's what
NASA has already proved.
Would suggest.
NASA has already proved that we can send a rocket to change the trajectory of an asteroid. Maybe we try that.
So would that be like a asteroid suppository?
I don't know. All it has to do is move it a little bit.
Oh, well.
All right. It's 7:02. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Welcome to the video live stream. Good morning, Bill. Bill's up and at 'em early this morning. Did you do any racing this weekend, Bill? Any racing? Is the racing season underway? I think it is. Diane says good morning. Good morning, Diane. Happy Monday to you as well. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See, Diane has the solution. She says buy hard hats.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Why not?
Right.
And let's see. I think I heard on the news, one of the news anchors compared the size of the asteroid to the pitch, right? A soccer field.
Would anybody in the United States know what that is before Ted Lasso?
No, absolutely not. Nobody would know.
It's a soccer pitch. We're like a throw.
Yeah. Why are you? What? It's the size of a throw.
Right.
No, it's the size of the field. Stay off the pitch. All that other stuff. But so an asteroid the size of a soccer field hitting the planet, that doesn't mean the end of the planet.
No. A little messy cleanup.
Yeah.
But, and it depends on where it hits.
I mean, where do we want it to hit?
Well,
do you want it on land or on ocean? Or an ice cap?
Oh, yeah. Ice cap might not be bad.
I don't know. Maybe
New Jersey.
What if it just hit the moon? New Jersey. Take out some of those drones on its way.
Yeah.
We are going to have somebody who knows about drones on the show sometime soon. I'm working to schedule it right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I can't wait.
Is it going to be your son?
Can't wait. No, can't wait to ask him about the New Jersey drones and what they think.
And that's completely dropped off the map.
It's still around.
I know, but I mean, it's
not. But since they told us, the FAA knew about it. Next.
Right. Moving along.
Yeah. I pledge to keep looking for stories on that.
All right.
7:04. We're going to have some news here in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Thank you for joining us. Bill says no racing this week, February 15th. Oh, okay. Valentine's Day is on Friday, I think, right? February 14th is on a Friday?
I believe so.
Just look it up. You can find out. All right.
All right. I'm on it.
Okay. We'll be right back.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit?
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Good morning and welcome to Monday. Welcome to the first full work week of February. It's February 3rd, 2025. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me this morning is Mike Weibel. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Happy Monday to you.
Thank you, and you as well.
Thank you. It's
It's the first full Monday of February as well.
first full Monday of February. We had a half Monday at some point.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's the first full work week. We didn't have a half work week. So
37
feel like Monday's getting ripped off. Of this
30,
whole thing.
37 degrees in Benton Harbor, 37 in St. Joseph right now, 35 in South Haven, 37 in Dowagiac, New Buffalo, 39 degrees in New Buffalo right now. The feels like it's 33, so it's decent. It's decent outside. We do have some areas of fog this morning, so be careful, be advised of that. Mostly cloudy skies are expected today. Going to get warm. It's going to get like a high of 48 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, low of 28, some light winds out of the north. Tomorrow's forecast, same, partly cloudy, a high around 35, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then by the time we hit midweek Wednesday, we could see some precipitation slip in. It's mostly cloudy skies, a 40% chance of rain or freezing rain on Wednesday, high of 37, low of 25. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Some of the news that we're following in the WSJM newsroom this morning. A Niles man is dead after a single vehicle crash in Cass County over the weekend. Friday night, it happened just after 8 p.m. The Cass County Sheriff's Office was called to the intersection of Bell Street and Ironwood Drive in Milton Township. That's where police say a vehicle driven by 60-year-old Michael Jasper of Niles left the roadway and crashed into a tree. Jasper was transported first to Niles Lakeland Hospital and then to South Bend Memorial. Unfortunately, efforts to save him were unsuccessful. An investigation into the cause of the crash is underway. Law enforcement say Jasper was not wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. Late last week, Benton Harbor area school officials were looking for a path to appeal the decision that's removing them and their high school varsity sports teams from the Lakeland Conference. But the Board of Governors has apparently chosen to deny that request. The sides met late on Thursday. Representatives from Berrien Springs, Brandywine, Buchanan, and Dowagiac were present. Benton Harbor Superintendent Dr. Kelvin Butts advocated for the district's continued membership, emphasizing the advantages of conference participation for student athletes. And although the decision did not go Benton Harbor's way, Athletic Director Danny Jennings discussed next steps for the district's athletics program.
We understand what needs to be done on our behalf as well, which is build our programs, and that's what I'm committed to.
Jennings says his main objective remains continuing to be a positive force, increasing student involvement in sports.
Just get more participation, introducing these opportunities earlier so that passion can be groomed and athletes can excel.
The Tigers joined the Lakeland Conference back in 2022. After this academic school year, the district will have to compete independently. The Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber of Commerce is planning a business roundtable in Lincoln Township this week. The Chamber's Sarah Spoonholtz tells us the event is focused on Lincoln Township area businesses and starts with a meet and greet with local officials.
You're going to be able to actually sit down and meet the incoming leadership for Lincoln Township. So that includes the new supervisor, Glenn Youngsteed, the new clerk, Mike Brown, and the new manager, Ralph Banson. The second part of it, though, is an opportunity for business owners who are in Lincoln Township, and even that also covers the village of Stevensville, to share what is important to you, to their businesses, and really help shape what exactly the township can do to better support local businesses.
Spoonholtz says the roundtable is intended to engage local business owners in open dialogue about key issues affecting the greater Stevensville business community. Now, attendees will have an opportunity to share what matters most to their businesses, discuss ongoing challenges, and propose ideas for future growth. There's been discussion recently of establishing a Stevensville Community Growth Alliance. That is expected to come up. The roundtable will be on Wednesday this week, starting at 8:30 a.m. in the Lincoln Township Hall. Those who attend are asked to register in advance, and we have a link with more information at our website, WSJM.com. And finally, the city of Niles is moving forward with a plan to turn the Ferry Street School property into a park. The Niles City Council has voted to authorize a crowdfunding campaign to allow for the new gathering space. Niles History Center Director Christina Arsenault tells us the Ferry Street School was built in 1867, initially as a school for non-white students. Niles Community Schools integrated in the 1870s, and then Ferry Street School was used by the local school district for a variety of purposes.
As Niles schools got more overcrowded, they kept the school open even though it was just a one-room schoolhouse, just because they sometimes needed a place for other classes to be. It served as a time for what they call exceptional students.
The building remained in use all the way through 2023.
Eventually, it was sold by the school district. The city owned it for a short time, and then it was under the control of the Ferry Street Resource Center, which was a center for, connecting people to social services, education, career opportunities.
The Ferry Street Resource Center was forced to move when the school building was heavily damaged by fire in 2023. Arsenault says all that's left is the front facade, and that will be the centerpiece of the new park being planned for that site. She says the goal is to make it a community gathering space with seating and signage explaining the history of the former school. Arsenault says with the city council's blessing, they will start the process and set up the crowdfunding.
All right, then.
Yeah, that's some of the local news that we're following in the WSJM newsroom this morning. I like the idea of some of this crowdfunding because we've seen it. We've seen it here, Stevensville. We've seen it in Niles now, where you have a project that is proposed by a municipal entity, and yet they don't want to ask the taxpayers for more money. First, they want to. Well, they do, but they say, just volunteer. If you want to voluntarily, if you've been asking for a park, you want to park in this area, here's our way of doing it. Let's raise some money.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
No, it's kind of the community takes ownership
Yeah.
for what's important to them.
Exactly. So
rather than people saying, "Oh, I think you guys need a park," if the community wants a park, then
they
find a way to
follow the dollar.
Right.
Yeah, follow the dollar. All right. 7:12 is the time. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Hello and welcome to Monday, the 3rd of February. We've got more coming up in just a moment. Tune into the video live stream. We have that content streaming live right now, and we'll start that conversation. We're chit-chat about a couple of news items during sports with Dave Wolf.
Sunday in the NBA.
Okay. I feel like it's Tuesday already. Why do I feel like it's Tuesday?
It's an odd Monday feel.
Why is it an odd Monday feel?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, good morning.
Because it's the first Monday of February, and we're just not used to it.
Yeah, the new month and the short month.
Yeah.
It'll be a short month. It's the WSJM Morning Show video live stream. We already covered, I think, pretty much what's on the live stream right now. What's going on in your world, Mike?
Well, I was looking at St. Joe today, and the Ice Fest is coming up next weekend.
Did you go down and enjoy any of the chili this weekend?
I did not.
We didn't either. I think it was Friday night. I heard good things about all of them except for one.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly which one, but all of them, the people we were with yesterday said they were great except for this one. And nobody liked this one.
Nobody liked the one. The one.
There was one. There's always one.
But it was a beautiful day. Saturday turned out. That was my concern because it's the beer fest, the chili, and all that stuff. And when it's rainy and gross, but sun came out. It actually was beautiful for most of the morning. So
yeah, it's nice. All right, let's see what should we talk about here.
Which I walked around in my yard and looked for stuff to pick up, and there was none. So
that's nice.
It was like, so there.
Did all the stuff melt? All the snow?
My Sunday, yeah.
Well, Sunday the snow fell again.
I know, but it melted again when it got warmer. So.
Okay.
But there's actually more snow when I crossed over the river in Benton Harbor than there is in St. Joe's, seemingly.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know what the deal is with that, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe more fell. Could be. Could be. All right. So we'll talk about asteroids here in just a moment because I want to talk more about this asteroid that's heading for the Earth. Yikes. Okay. We'll talk about it in just a moment. It's scary when you think about it.
It is.
Although we have
it's fun talking about asteroids, though.
We have the technology. Did you ever play asteroids as a kid?
Oh yeah.
The game?
Yeah.
The video game? Were you good at it?
What other asteroid game?
I don't know. I mean, maybe you're running around the yard watching out for trees. Asteroid! Hitting the tree. The unlucky kid falls to the ground.
Tree while everybody rides around on their bikes and try to hit you.
Yeah. All right. Be back in just a moment.
Temperatures this afternoon warming up into the mid and upper 40s. We do see temperatures drop this evening and overnight tonight down to 28 with partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, a mix of the sun and clouds with high temperatures right around 30. As we head into Wednesday, we're looking at a rain-snow mix. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:15, it's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning and welcome to Monday, February 3rd, 2025. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel. And we saw this come up over the weekend, and nothing to be concerned about. No, don't be alarmed.
No.
Don't be alarmed. It's okay.
Hold your horses.
But odds are a funny thing.
Yes.
1 in 100 chance. If you have a 1 in 100 chance of winning, let's say, a car, would you think that's pretty good odds? Pretty good odds.
Yeah.
1 in 100 chance that the food you're going to eat from a food truck it has botulism in it. Are you still eating there? 1 in 100 chance.
Probably not.
Probably not, because you think there's a good chance.
Right.
There's at least a chance, good enough that you. Let's see what else. 1 in 100. Okay, there's 1 in 100 chance if you walk barefoot across your lawn, you'll find one of the dog's treats. You gonna do it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Now there's a 1 in 100 chance that there's an asteroid the size of a soccer field could hit the Earth in the year 2032. How do we actually? The numbers will change, but there's an early warning system. And last week it found that there is an asteroid set to swing by Earth in the year 2032. They say it actually has a 1 in 63 chance of hitting the planet.
Oh.
Yeah, which is even worse than the 1 in 100.
So I asked Google AI how to prepare for an asteroid impact.
Wait, put a pin in that. Hold it. Let me set this up. NASA's Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System.
Yeah.
ATLAS. At least they could come up with a nice name for it. Atlas in Chile first spotted the asteroid back in December of 24, and it promptly reported the asteroid to the Minor Planet Center, which is a clearinghouse for positional measurements of small bodies like asteroids and comets.
Obviously, you didn't graduate cum laude if you're in the minor planet.
Minor Planet Center.
Major Planet Center is where the smarties are.
The asteroid measures between 130 and 300 feet wide. So again, probably maybe a soccer or a football field. That's based on estimates from its reflected light. So that's basically what we can see at this point.
Right.
It's currently moving away from Earth at 8.2 miles per second. According to NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, this asteroid could make impact on Earth 6 discrete times between 2032 and 2071. Discrete times, I don't know. But between 2032 and 2071, it'll come by and say hi 6 times.
Well, it's nice, at least it's friendly.
The greatest likelihood is on December 22nd, 2032. The probability, they say, decreases with each subsequent pass. We feel good about that yet?
Just cruising the neighborhood.
It's currently moving away from the sun, getting farther and farther and fainter, so we can't get another good look at it till it gets closer again. The key thing is it's fading. It requires larger and larger telescopes to detect the danger here, but by April, we think it'll be too faint to even observe with the largest telescopes. But again, in a statement published last week by the International Asteroid Warning Network, the impact risk corridor for the asteroid extends across the eastern Pacific, northern and South America, the Atlantic Ocean, Africa, the Arabian Sea, and South Asia. So you kind of see the corridor that it's going along. So 1 in 63 chance in 2032, and then it goes up from there.
Yeah.
Now, you asked the very valuable question, which I think is probably that's the question. What are you going to do about it?
Right. What you going to do?
What are you going to do about it?
Says you need to.
So you Googled.
Critical steps is to A, stay informed about potential threats through reliable sources, understand the potential impact zone and effects based on the asteroid size. And if a threat is identified with enough lead time, follow government instructions regarding evacuation to a safe location, ideally seeking sturdy underground shelters to minimize damage from the impact and subsequent debris.
Sturdy underground shelters.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking you're going to have to be pretty deep in the ground if you're underneath a soccer field hitting your neighborhood.
A soccer, yeah, you're probably right.
Especially when it's going like 8.2 miles a second.
A second, yeah. 8 some odd miles a second. So anyway, I mean, a few things to think about here. Number one, not a lot to worry about now because it's not until 2032 when it's going to do something. Number two, there are minds that are thinking about, well, what do we do?
Right.
If the chances grow, should we do what we did before? Because we've already tested this technology,
right,
where we can do a rocket thing and bump the trajectory of an asteroid.
Right.
I feel all right.
I do too, especially when we have a theme song with Aerosmith and everything. I mean, we're good.
What, you talking about Walk This Way?
No, not that one.
Which one?
That Stay Awake.
Sing it. How's it go?
I'm not singing it.
All right, fine.
I'll find it. How's that?
So the chances of that are anywhere from 1 in 100 to 1 in 60 to 63 chances smashing into our planet. What are the chances you're going to get a pay raise to more than $30 an hour? Pretty good if you work at Costco.
Oh.
Costco is increasing its pay to more than $30 an hour for hundreds of thousands of their workers.
What?
Hundreds of thousands of workers, with clerks at the top of the retailer's pay scale set to make almost $32 an hour starting in March. They employ 272,000 people across the United States and Canada, and they say its workers will soon receive hourly increases of 50 cents to $1, continuing its strategy of keeping ahead of the competition when it comes to worker compensation. $30 an hour.
Yeah, that's going to make it hard on McDonald's to keep.
You think? Flip a burger, or you pack your own box,
right? Or just put a box in the.
Do they? I haven't been to Costco in a while. Do they still make you do that, where you pack your own stuff? They give you access to boxes, and then
yeah. I mean,
I
they
love
kind of
that.
have people helping a little.
I
bit,
love that.
Yeah.
No, I love that because number one, I happen to know and love somebody who likes to make sure that their groceries are packed exactly right.
Really?
Because sometimes the people, they'll put too much in one bag, nothing in the next bag.
Yeah.
They'll put eggs on the bottom of stuff. We had groceries the other day. Somebody else packed them for us, and 2 eggs were broken out of the dozen. That used to be kind of like, that's a shame. Now it's like, that's $30,
right?
Right there.
Well, I had to go grocery store yesterday.
Okay.
And one of the things that happens, which is a lot of times I go through self-serve, but they got the brand new bags out for you to put the stuff in.
Yeah.
And they're all stuck together.
Oh.
And you're trying to peel them
That's
apart.
a pain.
And then I end up bringing home like an extra 6 bags because they're all stuck together.
Did you get charged for them?
No.
Okay.
But it's just annoying.
Let's see. The Washington state-based retailer will pay top-of-the-scale clerks $31.90 an hour and top-of-the-scale assistants $30.20 an hour starting in March. The latest version of the 3-year employee agreement calls for 2 additional $1 an hour increases in March 26 and March 27. Bottom-of-the-scale clerks and assistants are getting some increases as well, making somewhere around $20 to $21 an hour. The company is also adding vacation time for new employees during their first year and giving workers with 30 years employment an additional week of time off, providing 6 weeks in all. So if you've worked at Costco for 30 years and you're in one of those top echelon jobs, you're making upwards of $32 a year or $32 an hour, and you're getting 6 weeks of vacation time. That's not bad.
No.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Supersize me there.
Supersize
me. Yeah. What else do we have in the news here today? We talked a little bit about the groundhog. We talked a little bit about the robots. Oh, we need to talk about Michigan and the rules. You see, there was a sports outlet last week that got a hold of some paperwork involved in the Michigan and the NCAA dispute over allegations related to the Connor Stallions stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
You saw this?
Yes.
Okay.
Briefly.
Okay.
I didn't dig into it.
All right. So in its response, so the NCAA has been on Michigan's back for the sign stealing allegations. That whole thing. I mean, we've been dealing with this for what now, 2 years? It feels like dealing with Connor Stallions, who's since left his work there at the university, and in their response to the association sent earlier in January, the university refutes many of the alleged rules violations and accuses the NCAA of grossly overreaching and wildly overcharging the program without credible evidence that other staff members knew of Stallion's illegal in-person scouting system. It's a 137-page document.
Wow.
Yahoo Sports is the outlet that got at least a piece of it. And they say Michigan makes it clear it will not enter into a negotiated resolution with the NCAA over the alleged wrongdoing. They will vigorously defend its former head coach, their current head coach, several staff members, and even Connor Stalions, the assistant who allegedly orchestrated one of the most elaborate sign-stealing schemes in college football history. So Michigan's doubling down. They're saying, nope.
Didn't happen.
And even if it did, ain't nothing wrong here.
That's right. Look somewhere else.
The school says the sign stealing system offered minimal relevance to competition, was not credibly proven by the NCAA investigators, and should be treated as a minor violation at best. An NCAA spokesperson confirmed that the association did receive Michigan's response, but declined to give further detail on it. A Michigan spokesperson declined comment when reached, citing the ongoing nature of the investigation. And then the Big Ten also said, we're not speaking either. But in its response, Michigan believes that the notice of allegations sent to the school in August of last year makes numerous factually unsupported infractions, exaggerates aggravating factors, and ignores mitigating facts. So the school requests that the NCAA apply common sense and commitment to fairness and treat the case not as a serious level 1 infraction, but a level 2 standard case.
Level 2?
Level 2 standard case. So minor infraction. So 11 allegations remain against the school. 6 of them are deemed as level 1. They say the school argues that they're without merit and without any kind of credible evidence. It includes allegations against ex-head coach Jim Harbaugh, the current head coach Sharon Moore, who was assistant staff during that time. Let's see. Oh, they said Moore deleted some text messages about the operation, including some with Stalions. Did you? You want to hear what some of those texts were?
Sure. Let's spin it.
So 6 of them are of the 11 allegations. 6 of those are related to Stalions and his scheme. One of them stands as the most serious for the program, the current program, because of the deleted text. There were 52 text messages with Stalions on the day that the story initially broke about the NCAA's investigation into the school. In their response, Michigan acknowledges the deleted messages. However, the school contends the texts were innocuous and not material to the investigation, and that Coach Moore cooperated fully with the investigation, even turning over his phone for imaging. The coach told the school officials that he deleted the messages in anger and frustration shortly after the bombshell news story broke, suggesting he didn't want one person, Stalions, to receive credit for all the work that coaches and players put into their championship run. So I deleted the information on my personal phone. Let's see some of the texts here. There was an August 2022 text from Stalions to Moore. Stalions describes needing time to meet with the coach to discuss, quote, a juicy report for you on CSU, Colorado State. There was another text. Stalions sent Moore a single text about Michigan's blitzing signals, rules, and tendencies. Michigan played Michigan State every year, and Michigan State never changed its signals, the document says. Here's another text. November 2022. Stalions suggests to Moore that Michigan should change its signals ahead of the Ohio State game. Moore responded, he'll think about it. Stalions responds, Nebraska is screwed, a reference to the fact that he could easily decipher the Huskers' signals ahead of the Wolverines game against them. Michigan won that game 34-3.
Whoops.
So apparently, perhaps the most interesting text, they say, came in April of 2023. Stalions sent a note to Moore that Central Michigan assistant coach Jake Costner planned to visit the facility to meet with Moore. Central Michigan opened the 2023 season with Michigan State, which U of M regularly played. Ironically, Stalions is believed to have attended that game while in disguise. And in fact, CMU fired Costner last fall as the NCAA investigated the matter. So anyway, I don't know. Sports ball.
Telling you, nothing like some good Stealing of signs. Get things going.
All right. 7:30, it's the WSJM morning show. We have ABC News coming up in just a moment after a check of the markets. Bloomberg, they'll tell us how the tariff stuff is affecting the futures. We'll talk about that.
It's going to be like an asteroid.
In just a moment right here on WSJM.
What would you call a free account that helps you save automatically? Amazing?
Sign stealing. For it, against it.
Against it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's cheating. That's why
is it cheating?
The guys stand up there with the card and do this.
Well, I mean, is it cheating though? Because I mean, let's take a look. So if you manage a football team, if you coach a football team, and you see the defense lining up in a certain formation, you tell your quarterback, "Hey, they're lining up this way. That means they're going to do this. Let's do something different."
Right.
Right? Okay. You have just looked at their formation and decided we're going to do a different play based on what I see.
Right.
How is that different from sign stealing? Somebody throws a sign in, do this. Okay, we know that's coming. We're going to do something different. How is that any different at all?
Well, I would just say to sign steal,
you have to be on the microphone.
I didn't know I
That's
thought
right.
you and I were just talking.
Nope.
So to sign steal, you'd have to infiltrate their practice regimen, get into some type of, and so yeah, I mean, you're looking at their formation and you're making a decision on what you believe they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you're
So
watching
you're saying,
film and all that stuff. But
yeah, but I mean, you're saying if you do it at practice, that's wrong, but if you do it in the game, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
Because, I mean, in practice, like if you sent a bunch of coaches to go watch a team practice and then you were playing them the following week, you're basically just collecting all their information and trying to get one up on them. The idea is in sportsmanship, you show up that day, you prepare, you got the guys in the press box up top that are looking and
yeah. So-and-so likes
do I think it's a huge violation? No, because I mean,
why not just eliminate the problem and say it's okay. Any team can do anything it wants within reason.
Well, yeah, and you certainly can change your signs,
Yeah.
right?
They
So,
should have a visiting coach section at the other team's practices, and anyone and everyone who wants to watch can watch.
You just got to pay for it.
Yes, I like that.
See?
Charge a fee. and then we'll see who wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of fees, Rory McIlroy won the Pebble Beach.
How is he still
PGA.
playing golf?
He's hanging in there, man.
Is he on the regular tour or the senior tour?
No, he's regular tour.
Really?
Yeah. He won $3.6 million this
I've
weekend.
got a video game on a console I don't even use anymore with Rory McIlroy's golf.
He was a youngster when he started, so.
Let's see. How old is he?
How old
He's
is Rory?
35.
See?
He's a vampire.
Right.
How is he still 35 years old?
Was born in 89.
That's insane. When did he start playing? When he was 12?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez. So anyway, sorry, you said Rory McIlroy has done well. Pebble Beach.
He won the tournament this weekend. $3.6 million.
Jeez. The purse. So again, having to do it over again.
Yeah.
The purse for this Pebble Beach Golf Links tournament, $20 million.
Yeah.
And Rory McIlroy got 3.5 of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a good day.
For playing golf.
Good week.
Finished 6 under. No, he finished 21 under.
And they're
Excuse me.
having this discussion on how to make golf more
Don't mess with it.
Entertainment value.
Don't mess with
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
But they're wanting to do interviews during the golf match and trying to do all this stuff to try to juice it a little bit. And yeah.
Like what?
Well, like I noticed they did this last year and stuff too, where they'll put the AirPods in the golfer's ear and then be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, so how did you feel about that putt back there?" And he's like, "Oh, I felt pretty good." And it's like, yeah, he's walking around and by the way, I'm trying to win $3.6 million and not really talking about whatever. But
yeah, no, I don't. I would rather you not touch the golfers. I mean, if you do, fine. Then let's do the same thing for the quarterbacks. in football.
Right.
Let's do the same thing for hockey. I'd love to do it in hockey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. Well, and the thing is like like in football or basketball, they always grab the head coach, right? As they're going off into the locker room, they, what are you going to do different or whatever? So I'm guessing these golfers, they should gather their wives or whatever and say, hey, what's Rory going to do in the next 2 or 3 holes?
You get the caddy.
Yeah.
Get the caddy. All right. We've got to check in with what's happening with Bloomberg, and then we'll take a look at ABC News. That's all coming up right here on WSJM. Bill says it never got warm here in Dowagiac. Sorry, Bill.
Oh.
Yeah. It didn't get warm where I was.
Hold
either.
out for today, Bill.
Yeah. Today it'll get better. Be right back.
So will be avoided for now. The Teamsters Union posted on X that it had reached a tentative new agreement with the retailer and that the deal will be presented to membership for a vote. The union represents less than 10% of the company's roughly 219,000 employees in the U.S. Separately, Costco said Friday it would raise hourly wages in March for non-unionized workers. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:36. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. We've got 37 degrees in Benton Harbor right now, 37 in St. Joseph, 35 in South Haven. Dowagiac is 37 degrees. Heading up toward a high today of 48 degrees. It's going to be another one where we see stuff thaw. There are some areas of fog out there as reported, but we're going to get mostly cloudy skies today and just light winds out of the southwest. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, a low around 28, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, another partly cloudy day, high around 35. Wednesday, some precipitation in the forecast. Could be rain, could be freezing rain, could be snow. We don't really know.
We don't know.
So
Could be all three.
It could be all three. Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye on Wednesday and Thursday because that's when precipitation comes around. But in just a moment, we'll have the latest sports, the latest look at state news. It's all coming up right here. Right now, ABC.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Businesses and consumers are bracing for the impact that President Trump's sweeping tariffs will have on their bottom line. Here's ABC's Sonia Rincon.
Legislation is not likely before Tuesday when they're set to take effect. Early estimates from economists show these tariffs could cost families anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a year. American businesses pay the tariffs when products and materials cross the border. And the first place we'll feel them is at the grocery store. Nearly half of our imported fresh produce comes from Mexico and Canada.
Those who work for USAID have been given notices not to come to work today as Elon Musk says President Trump has agreed to shut down the agency that provides billions in food aid and other assistance programs to foreign countries. Pete Hegseth planning his first trip to the border as defense secretary today. Thousands of protesters upset at Trump policies on immigration blocked streets and freeways in Los Angeles over the weekend. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:38, the WSJM Morning Show continues. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me this morning is Mike Weibel. We'll talk about some more stuff coming up in a moment, including the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
So that big thing happened, celebration yesterday. And was it Beyonce winning some stuff?
She did.
Album of the year?
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift gave it to her?
Yeah.
Here, you can have this.
That's right. I've had it so long.
I don't have any more room.
Right.
Some of the news that we're following that will bring you at 8 o'clock this morning. Road construction season getting underway already as the Michigan Department of Transportation is getting ready to restart that 94 rebuilding project. They're going to replace a total of 4 bridges. They did one of them last year. It means we have 3 more to go. You know the mess we had last year.
So all that for one, and now we got 3 this year?
We've got 3 more. I don't know how long this thing's going to last. Yeah, so we'll talk about those stories. Let's see that story. Plus, we have some more energy clout in state government. State Representative Pauline Wenzel has been named the chair of the Michigan House Energy Committee. I mean, that's a powerful spot.
It is.
Unfortunately, she's in the House of Representatives and the state Senate, still controlled by the other party. And so stuff that she gets through is going to have that bipartisan tint to it, which is fine.
Right.
As long as that's what you understand and your team is going to get stuff through, and then the governor is going to sign it. So some good news for Southwest Michigan there. Also set to open this month, a new fast food location in Benton Township that people apparently have been clamoring for. as a pescatarian, I don't know what the big deal is. No, really. When I ate meat, Chick-fil-A nuggets,
they're
and
good.
the sauce.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk about those stories and more. That's all coming up at 8:00 right here on WSJM.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fish.
You like Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah, I do.
It's good stuff. They really don't have a vegetarian option.
No. Well, when you're Chick-fil-A.
Right. When it's in the name.
Right.
Chick-fil-A. What other fast food do you like?
Man. Jersey Mike's is good. You ever been to Jersey Mike's?
I've not, but I do want to go. I want to try their tuna to see how it stacks up with Subway's and Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Because I'm a tuna fanatic. I love tuna.
Do you?
So I do.
So they have at Baguette, they have a salad that's a tuna salad. Actually has tuna with some mayonnaise and whatnot that they put. It's good. I like it. I like the salads there.
So Stephanie is my health conscience.
Yeah.
And she helps me greatly in that area. So thank you, Stephanie. I am a huge fan of mayonnaise. Yeah. And so as you mentioned, one of the key components in tuna salad, besides pickles,
right,
is mayonnaise. And it's what gives it its creamy, delicious texture. Stephanie introduced me to the substitution,
which is
Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. And I have to tell you, number one, I couldn't tell the difference because you spice it right and it tastes the same, if not better. And number two, you feel better eating it because you got a little bit. I love it. I still put mayonnaise in, but but I can put less mayonnaise because I've made the creaminess factor with the yogurt.
Oh,
yeah. You ever
so
try
it's kind
that?
of a hybrid? No, I haven't.
Well, you can try a hybrid. I mean, you can do total yogurt, which is I think what we typically do. But then you can do the hybrid when Stephanie's not looking. So that's what you can do.
So the Grammys, you're talking about the Grammys.
Yes, the award ceremony.
Yep.
2025 Grammys happened last night?
Yep. I see it here in the AP that Jaden Smith wore a castle as a hat.
I saw that. Yeah, it was, and I mean it was a big castle. It started at the shoulders, went over the head, and went out. Started at the shoulders, and it was as broad as the shoulders. Why did this person wear a castle?
I'm not sure what
was it. Slap protection?
Could be.
Keep your word out of my mouth.
That's right.
Out of your mouth.
Trying to see if there's any more about just castle.
Yeah, look up the castle. But the 2025 Grammys happened. My cousin's husband was there.
Your cousin's husband.
My cousin's husband, and he is a photographer.
Oh, cool.
And so some of his stuff was talked about. So that's kind of fun. He took pictures of one of the notable pictures that he took was of Sabrina Carpenter for Espresso. Yeah, I mean, if you ever look up Mazur, Kevin Mazur, Mazur.
Yeah, I'm looking up castles on your head right now.
You can castles on my head. if you look up his photos, he always gets the best assignments.
Yeah,
and he does quite well. I think he was on Taylor's tour, one of her tours.
Really, just taking photos.
Yeah, that's all you do. I mean, and you set them up for the wire services, and so people use your stuff. You can either set them up for wire services, so the wire services can buy the rights to use them for their stories, or you can sell your services to the artists themselves, and they use the stuff for their social media promotion and all that other stuff. And so he does a lot of work. I see his name credited all over the place. All right, so we'll talk about the 2025 Grammys. And I think I can't remember if I told you or if I told Brett, but he and I unknowingly were at the same show once in Seattle for Nirvana. Yeah, he hadn't met my cousin at that point.
Okay,
and so, but we were still.
You were there with your cousin?
No,
doing photos.
No. Are you following along? Are you awake this morning? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking.
You just have water over there.
You just keep throwing responsibility at me like it's like I'm a dump truck.
Do this. What are you drinking over there?
Water.
Yeah, what happened to the tea?
I didn't make it this morning. I ran out of the house without it.
Did you oversleep?
No, actually, I didn't. I just got busy doing other stuff.
This is Pick on Mike Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday, first Monday in February, and you'd think I was Witkowski over here.
Oh, come on.
I feel bad for Witkowski.
Diane says tuna is great. There was celery. If you put celery bits in tuna salad, that's a good one. Pickles is a good one. If you have red bell peppers and you can chop them a little bit, you can put those in there. Those are good. If you have what's the spicy pickled stuff, giardina or whatever,
jardiniere.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
If you chop that up and put it in there, it can be a nice spice.
Yeah, a
little bite. And then somebody else said jalapeno chips.
Oh yeah,
you put those in there. Jalapeno chips, but they have to be the pickled jalapeno chips,
right?
Not the fresh ones.
No,
not the
not the ghost peppers.
Not the sweet relish. That's a good idea, Diane. Yeah, sweet relish is a good one. Butter pickle. I wonder what butter pickle would taste like in there. You don't have pickles in yours, do you?
No,
but your father-in-law does. No,
there's no telling what he puts in his
birdseed,
sardines.
Oh, that does sound good.
Pickled garlic would not be off the table.
We had Stephanie made ramen this weekend for dinner on Saturday night. Oh, it turned out so good. Big old shrimp in it.
Oh yeah,
it was good. They were from Venezuela though. The shrimp.
The shrimp.
Yeah. But they were good.
I didn't think Stephanie was from Venezuela, but
no, she's not. She's from the east side.
Okay.
Let's see here.
The east side of Michigan. Or east. Okay.
East side of the mitten. Do that and do that. All right. I think we're in good shape. So we'll come back. We'll talk about the Grammys a little bit. Again, I think Beyonce won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter.
It's your country western album, but I just feel like to throw a flag. There has to be a flag or something.
There has to be a flag on the play.
Yeah,
offsides.
I just don't get. I mean, I don't get it.
Well, what if Wayne Newton had jumped genre? Maybe he's done this. What if Wayne Newton jumped genre and received the heavy metal album of the year? Would you feel okay about that?
Probably not.
Okay. So we'll talk about that in just
Remember
a moment.
When Pat Boone tried to do that?
I do.
Yeah,
that was not pretty.
No,
that
was
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
All right. Be right back.
Afternoon warming up into the mid and upper 40s. We do see temperatures drop this evening and overnight tonight down to 28 with partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, a mix of the sun and clouds with high temperatures right around 30. As we head into Wednesday, we're looking at a rain-snow mix. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
7:48. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel, my partner in crime today, because we were just talking about the Grammys. And before we get to that, we did watch a movie this weekend. It's one that Andrew reviewed many weeks ago when it was still in the movie house.
Okay.
It's now come to TV. Saturday Night. Have you seen this yet?
I have not.
This is the film about Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Really all about the first episode.
Okay.
And so you follow Lorne Michaels through his what could have well been a disaster to try to get this new show that no one had ever seen, no one had ever heard of, no one really knew what it was about, on with all these legendary people.
Right.
These legendary talents,
legendary at the time,
who had they had no business putting something together, but they did, and it turned out to be great. But we watched Saturday Night. It's a biographical comedy drama, is how it's billed. But it was good. You should watch it.
You ever watched The Long Game?
No, what's that?
It's a movie
Okay.
with Dennis Quaid, Cheech Marin.
I like those guys.
Jay Hernandez.
Don't know that person.
It's about a superintendent of schools who comes in and starts in Texas.
Does he have a bat?
No.
Oh, okay.
The first
walking tall,
the first Hispanic high school golf team, all Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
And so it's the pressure he got. And Dennis Quaid is one of the coaches, and yeah, it's very good. It's a good movie.
Did you watch that this weekend?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And did it have a happy ending?
It did.
Okay.
And it's actually based on a true story. It's not just
fluff.
Not fluff. It's
not
a real
fluff
deal.
or nutter or anything like that.
The Cheech Marin, Cheech and Chong. When you think of Cheech and Chong, I thought about this and all the chaotic things that they've done. And then when you see him in movies now, he really does a tremendous job.
What role did he play?
He was the groundskeeper.
Oh,
but this takes place. Like
was he smoking dope?
No.
Okay.
It takes place in the late 50s, early 60s, and so he is the groundskeeper, but he goes out on the tractor and has to pick up the golf balls in the range.
Yeah.
So he wears the cage.
Yeah.
And so he's got this cage on, stuff like that. It's and I had explained to my wife that they actually had to wear those. I mean, that was actually what they did. But
yeah, because now they drive around. I mean, again, this area for its lack of driving ranges drives me crazy.
Oh,
but
but
those that they do have, they do drive around the tractors with the little cages,
right?
Like down in Buchanan. And every now and again, if you get lucky, I mean, if you accidentally hit the tractor that's picking up balls while you're driving.
I was hitting at a driving range, the driving range in town, I knew the guy who was running the cart, and so I was aiming for him. And I thumped him a couple times, and he drives right up on the driving range. He's like, "I know you think that's funny." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You haven't done anything unless you could put one in the back, because it has a little, like the dump back."
He challenged you.
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, go."
That's got to be jarring.
Yeah,
golf ball hitting, just whack.
But it's got the little cage on it, so you can just imagine, bam, bam, as you're going along.
Oh man,
I think it would be a fun high school job. Yeah.
Beyonce won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter at the 2025 Grammys. She finally got the show's elusive top award. She is both the most awarded and most nominated artist in Grammys history. Had been nominated in the category 4 times before, and many of her fans thought she had been snubbed for its top honor. So they finally broke down.
Made it happen.
Okay. And not only are we going to give you Album of the Year, we're going to let Taylor Swift present it to you. Other big winners, Kendrick Lamar, who I'm sure probably a very scant number of this audience listens to their music on a regular basis. I've listened to it because my sons listen to it. And they educated me up on Kendrick Lamar and Drake having this big feud. And for me, I mean, it was just kind of fun to watch the back and forth because they were just putting stuff out and it was getting so many hits.
Yeah.
And so they were like cross promoting each other in a feud.
Right.
But fun music coming out at the same time. Yeah. Kind of like that. Not as fierce.
Right.
Not as OG as that. But let's see. So Kendrick Lamar won both Song of the Year and Record of the Year. What's the difference between Record of the Year and Album of the Year? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Is that just a way so they can do 2 people?
Probably.
Instead of 1? So Chappell Roan, I guess she beat out Sabrina Carpenter to win Grammy for Best New Artist. And Taylor Swift was the one who presented the award for Best Country Album to Beyonce. So that's what the deal was. Taylor Swift presented the Best Country Album award after Beyonce won Album of the Year overall for Cowboy Carter.
So when you talk about jumping genres,
yes,
and we mentioned the fact that Pat Boone had done that
decades
ago. Some of the songs on his heavy metal album, In a Metal Mood, it was called.
In a Metal Mood.
Right. No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh.
Crazy Train.
Okay.
Enter Sandman.
He covered all those songs?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
And he also did You've Got Another Thing Coming.
Judas
Smoke
Priest.
on the Water.
Yeah. Deep Purple.
Panama, Van Halen.
Yeah.
And It's a Long Way to the Top.
Oh. If you want to rock and roll.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's got this like leather vest on.
Yeah.
And he's trying to look all biker.
Well, and that's what we were talking about on the video live stream is some people think Beyonce, okay, why are you doing country? And she said, hey, quit throwing shade at me. Just because I'm jumping genres, it doesn't matter. Good music is good music, which I would appreciate. And I agree with. However, at the same time, if you have somebody like, let's say, a Pat Boone cover heavy metal,
right?
Sometimes it just doesn't work.
No.
So you be the judge on that one. Let's see. You mentioned that there was somebody who wore a castle for a hat. Did we ever decide why? Was it Jaden Smith? We don't know the why behind that.
I don't.
Okay. As a researcher, you have failed today.
I have.
That's okay.
I found nothing.
There was a lot of love sent for Southern California for all the fires that they had to endure. Let's see what else. Yeah, just weird outfits. So if you have spare time today, go and look for outfits that they wore to the Grammys.
And if you want something to listen to, go to Pat Boone's metal album and tune that thing up today.
I wonder what the royalties he receives. Yeah, how much the check is for that one.
I almost pushed play on one here for a moment, and I figured I'd get in trouble.
Well, we'll go listen. We'll go listen on the video live stream. How about that?
All right.
All right. We'll be right back in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and Niles.
All right, lay it on us. What do you got? Pat Boone, metal, go.
Loading.
It's not queued up. If there's an ad, I swear, Mike, if there's an ad, go ahead. Anytime now. Whenever you're ready. TikTok. It's not just a social media platform anymore.
I'm waiting for the ad.
Oh, is there an ad?
A quick one, yeah.
Oh,
skip it. I'm skipping it.
Okay. What is this? Set it up.
This is Crazy Train.
Here, put that microphone closer. There you go. Why? Why?
Crazy.
But that's how it goes.
Gotta respect it.
Millions of people.
Yeah, right there.
Living as
I love it. I love it. We need to make that. Here, you can turn it off now.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, I just turned off your microphone. I'm turning off your microphone until you turn that off. Okay, you're back on. Wow, that is something.
I did not realize it was that bad.
Okay, hang on 1 second. We'll be back with the real show in just a moment on WSJM
Media. Proudly serving our community. The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
I mean, we're on the video live stream.
Yeah.
We've got to do the Moody on the Market update real quick. But we were on the video live stream. If you missed that, you missed a lot. We just heard Pat Boone's Crazy Train rendition.
Yes.
And we were crazy for listening to it. I will say that.
Say
Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. There's a survey out. Believe it or not, a new survey asked police chiefs, sheriffs, and the like in law enforcement about their funding levels. Do they feel like they're getting enough money?
I wonder who said yes.
What do you think? Do you think they feel like they're getting enough money from state government? No, that is exactly correct. A new survey has found many law enforcement officials around the state view their funding levels as inadequate. The Center for Local, State, and Urban Policy at the University of Michigan says its latest Michigan Public Policy Survey sought the input of 1,856 general-purpose local governments in Michigan on a whole range of issues. And this year's census also focused on police. And the report's authors tell us that statewide, about 59% of sheriffs and 45% of police chiefs said they got too little funding. Didn't even matter what size department it was.
No.
Large, small, whatever. They said the numbers shook out that way.
So how much do you think was granted to run that survey?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Because we're like, hey, we sent out a survey to 1,000 Social Security people who receive, wanting to know whether they feel like they receive enough.
So you want to read the results of that survey? It's posted right now at moodyonthemarket.com. Your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. I'm surprised the number wasn't higher. Do you get enough funding?
Well, it makes me wonder how many didn't even respond.
Oh, didn't respond at all. Yeah, that's
they
good.
Were like, you got to be. This is a joke.
Yeah, this is a good point. All right, it's 7:59. We've got to get to ABC News, the national news. Today's forecast does call for areas of fog, so take that into account. Then mostly cloudy skies. A high today around 48 degrees. It's 8 o'clock. We've got local news coming up right after our national news from ABC. Good morning.
From ABC News.
Okay, video live stream, folks. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And it's February 3rd. That means there are 11 days until Valentine's Day.
Yes, there are.
So we have to start planning now.
Right. Don't wait.
Yeah. Start planning now if you recognize that holiday. Or we could plan now for excuses as to why we don't.
Well, just as a rule of thumb,
yes,
if your holiday gift has a Citgo sticker on it, probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the video live stream. We'll be back with more. Alex, you have a great day too, and everyone else. It's WSJM. We'll be back tomorrow.